Push on the big part. Push on the big part of the handle.
Yeah.
Push on that, and then that lever comes out, and you pull on the lever. There you go.
My bad.
No worries, man. Yeah, it's kind of complicated.
Yeah, it's part of.
Thank you.
You own it too?
Yes.
Oh man, how much is it? Ain't these like 40K?
It's about 30.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, well, without the federal tax credit, yeah, you can. It's like high 30s, 40. But if you buy one before September 30th of this year, you get $7,500 off of it. The federal government just pays you money to get a EV.
Oh.
And so yeah, they're like low 30s, right about 30, low 30s. So it's not expensive at all, even without the federal tax credit. You know, a $40,000 vehicle. I mean, good luck getting a brand new anything.
Yeah, true that. I don't think I'll ever buy a car brand new. It's just because I mean, it's like you drive it off the lot.
Yeah.
I already lose it.
Yep. That's pretty much every vehicle you're gonna. If you buy a brand new vehicle, as soon as you drive that thing off the lot, you've probably lost 5% of the value.
Yeah, literally. That's why it's so crazy. You got people even still like buying it. I mean, I know someone's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
People that got money like that, but I know I don't have money like that.
Yeah, the people that you're absolutely right. There's three methods really for getting a vehicle, right? There's buying brand new, buying used, or leasing. So I would say, like, I bought it brand new.
Yeah.
For me, for my use case, buying brand new made all the sense in the world. And the reason why is I'm one of those people that when I buy a car, I keep it for 5+ years. So I've on average, when in all of the cars I've ever bought in my life, with the exception of for my kids or when I was young, they've all been brand new. But I've also, on average, it's probably been 7 or 8 years that I own a vehicle. In fact, one of my vehicles I owned for 12. Whoa, Lord, we got a little dog out there. And hopefully and there's a bus coming right down the same lane. Look at that. Oh, man, get out of the way. Oh, Lord.
How much more you gonna make if you don't get off the road, though?
Yeah. But, but if you've, and you mentioned it as well, if you have the money, right? If you've got if you've got the ability to get financed for it, or if you've got the money for the down payment or whatnot, and you're going to, your plan is to keep it for 5 or more years, or if that's what you've normally done, then honestly, buying brand new actually makes sense, because you're getting a brand new car. You're getting the max enjoyment because it's brand new. You got a warranty. It's all yours. And it doesn't have issues, right? Because it's brand new. Then there's another type of vehicle owner or vehicle user.
Yeah.
And it's the individual that may have the money, or maybe has a little less money. It probably could afford a car payment, but they just know, I like to be in a brand new car every 2 to 3 years, maybe every 1 to 2. I like when a new model comes, because a lot of car companies, every 2 to 3 years, they may do a refresh on a current model, right? Tesla does that. Basically, every, 2 to 3, in some cases 5 years, they'll do like they won't change the model. It'll be the same model, but they'll do like a complete refresh on it. Just all sort of, upgrade everything. And so that could happen every 2 to 3 years. And so a lot of people are like, well, I know I'm going to want to be in a new vehicle when that happens. So instead of buying, they'll lease. So they never actually own the vehicle they're in. And the lease payment will be less than a monthly car note, but they never actually own the vehicle. They're basically just renting transportation. And then the third group of people, aren't in either of those. Maybe they don't have the money to buy or lease. And so, or I shouldn't say to buy a brand new vehicle or lease a new vehicle, and they'll go to the used car market. And for a large percentage of America, that's actually the best place to be in, is to go look for a good used vehicle. Now, the difficulty with used vehicles is you got to know what's good and what's not, right? Because you may not have a warranty on a used vehicle. And they're all dependent on who previously owned it. So you could have a vehicle that, you know, only had, it's 5 years old, but it only has like 20,000 miles on it, and it was owned by an older couple, and basically they used it to go to the grocery store, to go run errands, and then maybe 1 or 2 road trips a year. Well, that vehicle is going to be in great shape. But then there's another 5-year-old vehicle that's got 50 to 60,000 miles on it, and somebody used it as their daily commuter and just ran it ragged. Well, that 5-year-old vehicle is going to be in completely different shape. So you kind of got to be a little more cognizant of that when but you can get a vehicle of your own. It's yours. You own it, and, you know, cost much less than buying. And I'll give you a real world example. So yeah, this Tesla right here, if you bought it right now in a couple of months, you're right, it's going to be back up into like the high 30s. But let's take the federal government out of it. Let's say this is like 37, 38K or something like that. Maybe, you know, 40. Brand new 2025 Tesla Model 3. Well, I could go online right now and what the heck? Dude.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw
whatever. We could probably find a 2020 or 2021 Tesla Model 3. So exact same model as this one, just 4 or 5 years older, right? And I bet you a dime to a donut, we could find one for 15, 16, 17, 18,000 bucks. So literally less than half. Now it's going to have some miles on it, and you got to do some research on, you know, what kind of miles those were. Now with a Tesla, it's an EV, so you're not worried about an engine or a transmission because it doesn't have any of those. But you are going to be curious about the battery pack and whatnot. So yeah, but it cost half as much. So instead of having a $600 or $700 a month car note, you have a $200 or $300 a month car note. That's a lot more affordable for most people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But the interesting thing about Tesla is that, I don't know if you've noticed, but this thing's been driving itself the whole way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I haven't done a thing.
I hadn't even.
It's been doing everything. Remember when that truck pulled out in front of us?
Yeah.
Like, the car handled all of that.
I haven't even. Oh wow! I didn't even notice that the whole
Yeah.
time.
So all Teslas have that ability. So it's not just this. This is a 2024, so it's a relatively newer. It's not brand new, but I bought it brand new. But you could get a 2018 Tesla Model 3, and it will drive itself. And so you could literally buy a 2020 Tesla Model 3 for like maybe just a little north of 15,000 bucks, and it'll do this for you. So that's the big selling point on Teslas as well, is the full self-driving.
I can't believe I didn't notice that the whole time.
Yeah, you didn't notice until I said
No,
it. Interesting. And you got a catbird seat to see it.
Yeah, I know. I know, because I was like, I was looking at the dog earlier.
Yeah.
And then I was just watching the cars.
Yeah.
And then the only time I looked at the steering wheel was whenever you at the stoplight. So I was like, oh yeah, of course this thing's not gonna be.
Yeah, yeah. How do you feel about the ride so far? Ride comfort?
Yeah, it's been smooth. So
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So are you in the market for a car right now, or you just kind of you look pretty young?
Yeah, I'm 18 for 19.
Yeah, you're still a little young, but
yeah, I just came from the DPS to get a B restricted Class C license because I still don't know how to drive yet.
okay.
And after that, I think I'm definitely gonna look for a car. But I mean, it won't be too big of an issue. Well, for what I'm doing right now, because this is going to be my freshman year at University of Houston.
Oh, nice. You're going to University of Houston.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good for you.
My master's in supply chain management. And
awesome.
Logistics technology.
Awesome. That is great. So you start your freshman year this year?
Yeah. And I've already taken like a bunch of AP classes and dual credit stuff, which is basically like where you get college credit in high school. So, I mean, I think if I take 2 more classes, I already have an associate's in science.
So basically have your first couple of years under your belt.
So I'll basically, after that, I'm basically going to be like a late sophomore, early junior.
Yeah.
Based off all my credits I already have completed. And that'll just basically allow me to get my master's in the time I take for my bachelor's.
That is awesome, dude. I don't know if he's going to he may have to take that curb out. Wow. That is a...
Oh, that is...
Yeah, I don't know where he's going to... He can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere.
I think he got it.
Yeah, is he going to make it? He's going to have to take that curb out. I got cars behind me. I'm behind him. Man, that was... Whoo, Lord. I tell you what.
Some big-ass wheels.
That was a huge semi. I thought he was going to... And he was able to do that without taking out that curb. I thought he was going to have to get up on that curb for sure.
I did, too. I'm not going to lie. I looked like it wasn't enough space, but...
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. There was nothing. We couldn't have gone any further back. Literally, they were on our tail. I think at the end of the day, it was mostly that Chevy's fault because they really got far out there into the. They stuck themselves out there.
That's some big wheels.
That is, man. He's really modified that one. So that's awesome, man. So you started University of Houston this semester?
Yeah, the 25th actually.
The 25th, August 25th.
And I'm moving in on Thursday.
You gonna live in the dorm?
Yeah.
Awesome. Where'd you go to high school?
Langham Creek.
Langham Creek. Yep, I know. Good school. Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Love hearing that. And so you're going to do supply chain management, supply chain technology?
Yeah, logistics technology.
Logistics, yeah. That is a great field to get into. It's ironic you're in a Tesla right now.
Yeah.
And that is one of the big things at Tesla is supply chain and supply chain logistics, and because they're so vertically integrated, everything they do to get all of the products and items that go into a Tesla, the supply chain network they have, and the way that they work their supply chain, they're world class. Kind of like in automotive field, Tesla is the way in automotive and artificial intelligence and robotics, the way Walmart is in retail, or Amazon is in home delivery and retail.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is really good. Well, yeah, you're not going to need a car for a while.
At least not right now. So.
Yeah. Well, because University of Houston is pretty close to downtown. Just right there on the east part of downtown. You always got Uber. Granted, those Uber fares can rack up.
Yeah, it was just from here and back, I think it's going to be around like 70. And then on top of that.
They're both ways?
Yeah, both ways.
Yeah.
And then getting a permit that I got just now, that was 33, so I'm already doing 100.
$100. Just for a round trip ticket to get your license.
Yeah.
And then to get the license itself. Now, what did you say you got? It was called a Class B?
It's a Class C, B restricted license.
Oh, so it's so you can have an ID, but that it wouldn't allow you to drive.
It allows me to drop it with someone over 21 with a license in the front seat.
Gotcha, because you're 18.
Yeah.
So that gives you the ability to have it, but you still need to have somebody that's 21 years or older in the passenger seat. Gotcha.
Because if I knew how to drive, I could have just taken the road test. I wouldn't even need this, but since I don't know how,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's always good, you may be the last generation that even needs to learn how to drive.
I didn't even think about it for sure.
Well, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
And this is only going to continue to get better. And eventually, as it gets better and better, the strategy of Tesla is that they are going to have what's called a robo-taxi network, where they will have a very large number of driverless Teslas out there doing rideshare for folks. So they've already got it. The network already exists.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard, but in Austin, they launched their robo-taxi network at the end of June. So about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago. Yeah, so they have, it's not a lot. They literally just launched it about, like I said, little less than 2 months ago. And it's only about 15 to 20 vehicles at this point. But they're completely driverless. And it's also early access at this point, like invite only, as they're still rolling it out. But you can get into a Tesla robotaxi where there's no driver, and it will take you pretty much anywhere you need to go in Austin right now. So as you might imagine, there's a lot that needs to be done to get that to scale out. The technology's got to get a little bit, because the people that are going to use it right now in that early access program, they're folks that highly likely understand vehicle autonomy, understand driverless vehicle. You're not going to get, somebody right off the street.
Yeah, they wouldn't trust.
Yeah, so there's going to be a trust factor with it. But they've been going for nearly 2 months. There's been no incidents. So it's been going really, really, really well. And the technology's just going to get better. And eventually, they're going to have millions of these things all over the country. And there's a couple of benefits to that, or a lot of benefits, but a couple that, probably that are easy to point out is, the deaths that we have on our road every year. We lose about 45,000 people a year to vehicle death. And a lot of that can be solved with artificial intelligence, with this full self-driving. So that's a huge benefit. If we can stop losing, tens of thousands of people every year on our roads. But secondly, not as important, obviously, as a human life, but very important to someone like you, is it'll drive down the cost of rideshare.
True.
So if you think about what rideshare costs to a typical Uber passenger today, now it's going to be all over the place, but I think the average is somewhere around $2.50 to $3 a mile.
Yeah.
Right. So probably think back, maybe think of this round trip. Think about the other trips. Probably if you think about it in terms of mileage, like how many miles you traveled, it's going to be about $2.50 to $3 a mile.
True.
If a driverless rideshare could one day, not today, because it's got a scale,
Absolutely.
but let's say one day they can deliver that for $1 or less a mile. So now we're talking about a third of the cost, or maybe even less. Think about how much impact that would have on your life, keeping money in your pocket. And that's where I think people will get over the psychological hurdle. Is at first they'll be like, no way in hell I'm getting in that robo-taxi with no driver. But then one day they're going to have that $120 Uber, and somebody's going to say, well, if you do this, it's $30. And they're going to be like, holy moly. Okay, let me think about this for a second. And slowly but surely, and actually it won't even be slowly, it'll be fast. Folks will just get over it as quickly as they got over the automatic elevator. Right? It used to be a point in time where you had to have an elevator operator. And nobody would have gotten into a 100-story office building and said, what? I'm going to trust an automated elevator to take me down 100 floors? Hell with that. Well, now you never even think about that, right? And in fact, if you got into an elevator and there was a person doing this, you would be like, all right, I'm out of here. So that script has been completely flipped when it comes to elevators, right?
Yeah.
You trust an autonomous electric one way more than you would some dude in an elevator with a hand crank. That used to not be the case. And I know that one day soon that's going to be the same way with vehicles, is that folks are going to trust this a lot more than they would ever trust a person manually driving them on the road. Yep. And somebody like you, an 18, 19-year-old kid 10 years from now, will not need to learn how to drive to get an ID. The only reason you might want to learn how to drive and get a license for that is if you want to do it as a hobby.
Yeah.
Go out to a track and drive, or just like, people don't grow up learning how to ride horses anymore in the state of Texas. But if you want to ride one, there's probably about 6 or 7, probably a lot more than that, but there's probably dozens of places all around Houston and Texas you can go learn to ride a horse, right?
Yeah.
And you can go there on the weekend and rent one. Or if you really love horses, you could, and you're rich enough, you can buy a horse and keep it at a stable. But you don't need it for your daily transportation, right?
Yeah. I've never rode a horse, so I've never even thought about it.
I never even thought about it, have you?
That used to be the most common method of transportation.
Well, right, where we are in Jersey Village, Texas right now, which is basically 100 years ago, this was nothing but farms, right? So how would you have gotten around in Jersey Village, Texas, or this part of Texas 100 years ago?
Probably a horse.
That's it. There were no cars around here. There weren't even cars in this part of Texas. Right? Where we're at, the exact spot that we are at right now, like Jersey Village. So this is about 25, 30 miles northwest of downtown Houston.
Mm-hmm.
This was nothing but farms and cattle and corn and hay and whatever else farmers were growing. I guarantee you in the year 1925, there was nary a vehicle around here. There may have been a couple, like I think the Ford Model T was already, but where we're at, I mean, this is still rural to a certain degree. 100 years ago, this was completely rural. It was all horses. It was either you were on horseback or you were on horse and buggy. And that was it. There wasn't even stagecoach through here. This place didn't even rate a stagecoach. So you were on horseback. So you and I, had you and I lived 100 years ago, we would not be in this. Well, there's a lot of reasons we wouldn't have been in the car. I'll talk about that. That's a whole different story. Thank God we don't live in those times. But had you and I, take all that terrible history aside, had you and I been together 100 years ago in this part of Texas, you and I would be on horseback together right now. You'd be on your horse and I'd be on my. And if we didn't have horses, we would be down and out, dude. We would literally be down and out.
Couldn't get nowhere.
Couldn't get anywhere. I mean, it would basically be a non-starter for you and I not to know how to ride a horse. And not to have a horse.
Definitely.
Like, you would have to find a way to make enough money to get a horse, or have somebody gift you one, or, you raise one. So somehow or another, you got to get your hands on a horse. It would have just been a necessity. And today, it's like you never even thought about it.
At all.
Yeah. And the same thing's going to happen with full self-driving vehicles. It'll be the same way. The conversation you and I had earlier about you needing to go get a license, but you got to have somebody 21 or above to be in the passenger seat. And you had to spend $100 $100+ to do a round trip to go take you to the DMV to do it, that's going to sound like a story from antiquity, from the past, to a kid just like you 50 years from now. Hell, probably 10 or 20 years from now. That you're going to tell your kid, like, dude, I had to spend $100 on this thing called an Uber, where a guy had to pick me up and take me to this place called the DMV. I mean, there'll still be things that, you know, state governments do to give you IDs and whatnot, but it ain't going to be to drive.
It's crazy to think about.
And left their butt out there. See how we got over just a little bit? Yeah, it's done everything, dude. I have not done a thing since I picked you up.
I noticed. Yeah, now I've noticed now that you brought it up.
Yep.
Yeah. So, is this like something you do in your spare time, or?
I'm retired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're like, well,
I'm like, bro, just chilling.
yeah, I'm just chilling, man. So yeah, I was an accountant for 30+ years. I was a licensed CPA. Worked at one of the big 4 accounting firms in downtown Houston. And yeah, I did that corporate America gig. I was a corporate hack for a long time, and I retired in the end of September last year. So coming up on yeah, it'll be a year and a month, so almost 11 months now. I keep saying 9 months, but at the times go, so it'll be a year at the end of September. And when I first retired, the first 3 or 4 months, I did your typical retiree thing. Like right after you retire, I traveled around quite a bit, man. I probably did, I think I did 4 road trips in the 4 months. And then obviously you got the holidays. So, you know, since I retired basically September 30, October 1, you know, you got Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we had holidays for that. But then, you know, once I got past those road trips that I did and the family holidays, and it got into January and February, I was like, you know, everybody's back to work, everybody's back to school, and here I am retired.
Yeah,
just kind of,
it's kind of weird, like how the good life does kind of get poured out.
Let me confirm for you that even though I have been extremely fortunate, young man, Chance, I mean, the Lord has blessed me. I had a great gig. It did well by me. I was able to take care of my family, send them to school. Got all my kids are out of the house too, so that's a big part of it. I'm not like, you know, I'm not having to raise kids in the house anymore. But yeah, it's been really good. But yeah, you're there and you're like, well, this, you know, I'm still, even though I'm an old man, I'm 56. By, you know, by most standards, that's still relatively young, right? I can definitely have a second act
for sure.
at the age of 56, but I didn't want to do anything like I was doing before. I did the accounting thing for decades, and it, like I said, it did well by me, but I'm done with it. I hung up those cleats and I am done and dusted with finance and accounting. Just not interested. So I do love my Tesla. This is my second Tesla. As you could probably already ascertain, Chance, I am a Tesla nerd. I am what they call a Tesla geekazoid robot.
Understandably, I mean, they do have a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really love the company. I love the technology, everything they're about with electric vehicles, the full self-driving, as you can see. And then something we didn't talk about, we don't have to get it, but humanoid robots, robotics and what they're getting, the Optimus robot. So pretty much and energy, you know, so all the things that they're doing with the energy infrastructure in our country. So for me, I just love the company. It's my favorite thing. And, you know, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a supply chain logistics guru like you're going to be. I'm not an AI scientist or software engineer. There's nothing I don't have the skill sets to, do anything, in the realm of the Tesla universe like that. And like I said, I have no desire to do anything in finance accounting. They have plenty of great people, both inside Tesla and outside Tesla, focusing in on their finance and accounting. And I'll pipe in on that from time to time, but that's just not my jam. My jam is I love this. And so I thought, you know what? Granted, it's stop for that red light. I thought it for a second there. I thought it was like it was deliberate. Did you feel that deliberation?
Yeah.
It started like, ooh, how long do I have that yellow? Wow, that was a fast.
Okay.
That's probably why it deliberated, because it's one of those lights that's pretty much perpetually green unless there's nobody there. Oh, we're gonna have to need to get over here. We do that.
Do you wonder if it's like, because I know the street lights are controlled by like sensors stuff. Do you know if Tesla has like any connection to that?
Well, they don't have a connection to it per se, but they do. They obviously know the lights, as you can tell on the screen here. They know exactly where the lights are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I have not had this confirmed for me, and this could just be a pile of you-know-what.
Yeah.
But I've gotten the sense that not only does the technology recognize that there's a light there, there's a traffic light, sometimes I've gotten the sense that they know understand what that light's going to do. Like, you know what I mean? Every light, it does, obviously lights don't have a personality, but you know what I'm saying? Like, some traffic lights are different than others. Obviously they all have, obviously they all are red, yellow, and green, right? And they all flash or don't flash or this or that. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, some of them go all the time. Some of them you gotta.
Yes, and some of them are geared to defer to one specific thoroughfare, like the road we're on right now. Like, watch this. That's a long yellow, and it gave it to us. So just so you know, the traffic laws in the state of Texas, as long as your back wheels are over the white line, you are good. So it could turn red on you while you're in the intersection, but you still are good to go. You had to, but right, as long as your rear wheel, and we were in that case. But you notice how long that light, that yellow was? So some of them aren't that long. And some of them space it out where everybody gets 2 minutes. And then some of it space it out where you're going to be on red for 5 minutes. And so I've gotten the sense that the Tesla technology kind of understands the personality. I say personality. I
mean, it made it at the right time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's psychic, but it's like it knows. Yeah, I got to be careful. I start talking. People are going to come get the paddy wagon for me.
Oh, man.
Like, those lights are talking to me, man. I heard the lights talking to me. They're talking about transgender toads. Sir, please come. Is this it right here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, dude, Chance, it has been awesome talking to you, young man. And congratulations on University of Houston.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You're going to push on that button at the top, right? Yes, and then I'll push out on the door at the same time.
Yeah, man, this is new technology. Hey, man, it was great.
It was great talking to you, brother. Have a great time in school. Study hard. Good luck. Have fun, too.
All right, you have a good one.
Thank you, sir.